Have you ever walked into your bathroom or kitchen, looked at your faucet, and just felt your heart sink a little? You scrubbed it last week, maybe even the week before that, and yet here it is again, that ugly white crust sitting right around the base, climbing up the neck of the faucet, sitting stubborn on the spout like it just refuses to leave. You touch it and it feels rough, almost like sandpaper. You know exactly what it is: hard water stains. And if you are like most folks watching this right now, you have probably tried everything: scrubbing pads, toothbrushes, store-bought sprays that promise the world and deliver nothing but a strong chemical smell and sore wrists. Well, today, that struggle ends. I'm going to show you something so simple, so cheap, and so easy that you are going to wonder why nobody showed you this years ago. All you need is a paper towel and one common item that is probably sitting in your kitchen cabinet right this very second. No scrubbing, no elbow grease, no harsh chemicals that make your eyes water. Just soak, wrap, wait, and wipe. And in about 5 minutes, that faucet is going to shine like the day you brought it home. I want you to think back for a moment to when you first moved into your home, or maybe when you first installed that faucet. Remember how it gleamed under the kitchen light? Remember how you could practically see your reflection in it? That shine did not disappear because your faucet is old or worn out. It disappeared because of something completely fixable, something so many of us have simply misunderstood for years. Stick with me, because by the end of this video, you are going to have a trick in your back pocket that will save you time, save you money, and honestly, save your patience too. And trust me, once you see how easy this really is, you will find yourself doing it in every room of the house. Problem explanation. Let's talk for a moment about why this even happens in the first place, because understanding the problem is really the first step to solving it for good. Hard water is water that carries a higher amount of minerals in it, mainly calcium and magnesium. Now, this water is perfectly safe to drink and use, but every single time it splashes onto your faucet and then evaporates, it leaves behind tiny mineral deposits. At first, you barely notice it, maybe just a little cloudiness or a faint ring around the base. But over days, weeks, and months, those tiny deposits build up layer after layer after layer. And that is exactly how you end up with that thick, chalky white crust that seems almost impossible to remove. Here is the frustrating part, and I want you to really pay attention to this because it explains why so many cleaning methods fail. Most people reach straight for a scrub brush or a rough sponge, thinking that scrubbing harder will just knock the stains loose. But mineral buildup is not like grease or dirt. It is not sitting on top of the surface waiting to be brushed away. It is bonded to the metal, almost like a thin layer of rock that is hardened right onto your fixture. So when you scrub it with force, two things usually happen. Either you barely make a dent in it because it is simply too stubborn for mechanical scrubbing alone, or worse, you actually scratch the finish of your faucet, especially if it has a chrome, brushed nickel, or stainless finish. And once that finish is scratched, stains actually build up even faster in the future because the surface is no longer smooth. Think about how many hours over the years you might have spent scrubbing away at this exact problem, only to see it come right back within a week or two. It is not because you were doing something wrong as a person. It is because the method itself was wrong from the very start. Scrubbing tackles the surface, but it never actually deals with the chemistry underneath. And that is the real reason the stains kept returning no matter how hard you worked. So here is the secret that professional cleaners and plumbers have known for a long time. Hard water stains are not a scrubbing problem. They are a chemistry problem. Since mineral deposits are alkaline, meaning they are on the basic side of the pH scale, the fastest and safest way to dissolve them is with something mildly acidic. That acid gently breaks down the mineral bonds without you having to apply any pressure or force at all. That is exactly the secret behind the method I am about to show you today. And here's the part most people miss. Once you understand this simple chemistry trick, you will never look at a store-bought cleaning spray the same way again, because chances are that expensive bottle under your sink is using the exact same basic principle, just packaged with a fancy label and a much higher price tag. What you need. Now let's talk about what you will actually need for this method. And I promise you, this is going to be one of the easiest supply lists you have ever seen for a cleaning hack. The star ingredient here is plain white distilled vinegar. That is it. Nothing fancy, nothing expensive. You can find a big jug of it at your local grocery store for just a couple of dollars. And honestly, if you clean your home regularly, you probably already have a bottle sitting in your pantry right now. Along with the vinegar, you will need a few plain paper towels, the kind you probably already keep in your kitchen for everyday spills and messes. You do not need anything special here, just a basic absorbent paper towel that can hold on to liquid without falling apart too quickly. You will also want a small bowl or a cup, just something to pour your vinegar into so it is easy to soak your paper towels. If you have rubber gloves and prefer to use them, that is completely optional, though vinegar is gentle enough that most people skip the gloves entirely, especially compared to harsh chemical cleaners. Optionally, if you have an old, soft toothbrush lying around, you can keep it nearby for tiny grooves and corners, though I will tell you right now, with this method, you will barely need it at all. And finally, a soft, dry cloth for the final wipe down at the end, the kind that will not leave lint or scratches behind, like a microfiber cloth if you happen to have one, though a plain soft cotton cloth works perfectly fine too. You might also want a rubber band or a hair tie on hand, just in case you want to secure the paper towel snugly around the neck of the faucet so it does not slip off while it is soaking. This little trick makes the whole process even more hands-off, because once it is wrapped and secured, you can genuinely walk away and forget about it for a few minutes. That is genuinely everything. No expensive gadgets, no complicated tools, and nothing you need to order online and wait days for. This is a method built around things that are already sitting in most American kitchens today, which is exactly why it is so loved by people who want simple, safe, and budget-friendly solutions, especially those of us who have learned over the years that simple almost always works better than complicated. Step-by-step process. All right, let's get into the good part, the actual step-by-step process that is going to transform your faucet from crusty and dull to shiny and practically brand new looking. I am going to walk you through this slowly and clearly, so even if you have never done a deep clean like this before, you will feel completely confident following along. Step 1. Prepare your vinegar. Start by pouring plain, white distilled vinegar into your small bowl or cup. You do not need to heat it up or mix it with anything else at this stage, just plain vinegar straight from the bottle. Some people like to warm the vinegar up slightly in the microwave for about 20 to 30 seconds, and I will tell you, warm vinegar does work a little bit faster because heat helps speed up that chemical reaction we talked about earlier. But if you would rather keep things simple and skip that step, plain room temperature vinegar will still absolutely get the job done. It might just take a few extra minutes. Step 2. Soak your paper towels. Take 2 or 3 paper towels and dip them into the vinegar until they are thoroughly soaked all the way through. You want them wet enough that they are dripping just slightly, but not so soaked that vinegar is pooling everywhere and making a mess on your counter. Think of it like wringing out a washcloth. Just a little bit of dampness is all it takes. Step 3. Wrap your faucet. Now here comes the fun part, and the part that makes this method so satisfying to watch. Take your soaked paper towels and wrap them directly around the base of your faucet, the neck, and anywhere else you see that white crusty buildup. Really press the paper towel against the metal so it hugs the surface closely, almost like you are bandaging up an injury. If your faucet has a lot of buildup around small crevices or the handle area, you can tear off smaller pieces of paper towel and tuck them right into those tight spots too. The goal here is full contact between the vinegar-soaked paper towel and every single stained surface, because the magic really happens through direct contact time, not through scrubbing. If you have that rubber band or hair tie handy, this is the moment to use it, wrapping it gently around the paper towel to hold everything snugly in place. That way, you do not have to worry about the towel sliding off or drying out too quickly while it works. Step 4. Let it sit. Once your faucet is wrapped up, simply walk away and let it sit for about 5 minutes. Now, I want to be honest with you here because 5 minutes is a great starting point for light to moderate buildup. But if your faucet has years and years of really thick, chalky crust, you might want to let it sit for 10 to 15 minutes instead. There is no harm in leaving it longer. Vinegar will not damage your faucet's finish with extended contact time, so when in doubt, let it sit a little longer rather than rushing the process. This is the part where the vinegar is quietly doing all the hard work for you, breaking down those mineral bonds one layer at a time while you sit back, maybe finish a cup of coffee, or fold a bit of laundry. This waiting period is honestly my favorite part of the whole process because it feels almost like a small reward for you. You are not standing there scrubbing until your arm gets tired. You are simply letting basic chemistry do the heavy lifting while you go on with your day. Some people use this time to wipe down their countertops, water a few plants, or even just sit and enjoy a quiet moment. And by the time they come back, the hardest part of the job is already done. Step 5. Remove the paper towel. After your waiting time is up, go ahead and unwrap the paper towel from your faucet. Take a good look at it, and you might actually notice a slightly cloudy or chalky residue on the paper towel itself. That is completely normal, and it is a great sign the vinegar has been actively pulling that mineral buildup away from the surface. Step 6. Wipe gently. Using either the same paper towel or a clean, damp cloth, gently wipe down the entire faucet. And here is where you will notice something incredible. That white crust that felt like sandpaper before is now going to feel smooth, almost like it is just melting away under light pressure. You should not need to scrub hard at all. Just a gentle wiping motion is enough to lift away the loosened mineral deposits. Step 7. Handle stubborn spots. If you notice a few extra stubborn spots that did not fully dissolve, especially in tight grooves or around the base where the faucet meets the sink, this is where your soft toothbrush comes in handy. Dip the toothbrush lightly in vinegar and gently brush those specific areas. Because the vinegar has already softened up the mineral bonds, you will be shocked at how little effort it takes now compared to trying to scrub dry, hardened crust from the very beginning. Step 8. Rinse and dry. Once you are happy with how the faucet looks, take a clean, damp cloth with plain water and wipe down the entire faucet to remove any leftover vinegar residue. This step matters more than people realize because leaving vinegar sitting on the surface for too long, especially on certain finishes, can eventually lead to a dull appearance if it is not properly rinsed away. Step 9. The final shine. Finally, take your dry, soft cloth and buff the faucet gently in circular motions. This final buffing step is honestly the secret to that jaw-dropping, like-new shine you see in before and after cleaning videos. It removes any leftover water spots and brings out that natural gleam in the metal finish. Final results. Now let's talk about the results, because this is really the moment you have been waiting for. Picture that faucet from the very beginning of this video, dull, coated in white chalky crust, almost embarrassing to look at when guests come over. Now picture it after just 5 to 15 minutes of this simple vinegar soak method. The crust is gone. Not faded, not lightened, completely gone. The metal underneath is smooth to the touch again, and it actually reflects light the way it did back when it was brand new. Many people who try this method for the first time say the same thing. They cannot believe how something so simple made such a dramatic difference, especially after they had already tried expensive sprays that barely made a scratch on the problem. Some even go back and check the faucet again the next morning, half expecting the stains to have crept back overnight, and they are amazed to find it still looking clean and bright. And here is something important I want you to really hear. This is not some rare, lucky result. This works because of basic, reliable chemistry. Acid breaking down mineral deposits, the exact same principle that is behind almost every commercial hard water cleaner on the market today. You are simply doing it in its purest, safest, and most affordable form. Your faucet is going to look brighter, feel smoother, and honestly, your whole kitchen or bathroom is going to feel more put together, just from that one small fixture looking clean and cared for again. Maintenance tips. Now, since we have gotten your faucet looking absolutely beautiful again, let's talk about how to keep it that way for as long as possible, because a little bit of regular maintenance is so much easier than doing a big, deep clean every single time. First, try to get into the habit of wiping down your faucet with a dry cloth after each use, especially in areas known for hard water. This simple habit alone prevents water from sitting and evaporating on the surface, which is really the root cause of mineral buildup in the first place. Second, consider doing a quick vinegar wipe down once a week, even when you do not see any visible buildup yet. A light preventative wipe takes less than 2 minutes and stops mineral deposits from ever having the chance to harden and build up layer after layer. Third, if your home has particularly hard water, you might want to look into a simple faucet aerator cleaning routine as well, since minerals can build up inside the aerator itself and affect your water flow over time, though that is a topic for another video down the road. Fourth, keep a small squeegee or even a folded paper towel near your sink so that after washing dishes or brushing your teeth, you can give the faucet a quick swipe. It takes only a few seconds, but it makes a real difference over time. And finally, always remember to rinse and dry your faucet fully after any cleaning session, whether you are using vinegar or anything else. Moisture left sitting on metal surfaces is really the #1 enemy when it comes to hard water stains returning again and again. And there you have it, a faucet that looks brand new again, using nothing but a paper towel and plain white vinegar. No scrubbing, no harsh chemicals, and no wasted money on expensive cleaning sprays. If you tried this method today, I would genuinely love to hear about it. So please leave a comment below and let me know how your faucet turned out, or even share your own favorite hard water cleaning tricks, because honestly, we are all learning from each other here. If this video helped you out even just a little bit, please consider giving it a thumbs up. It really does help this channel grow and reach more people just like you who are looking for simple, honest cleaning solutions. And if you are new here, go ahead and hit that subscribe button along with the notification bell, because I have got another video coming up very soon showing you how to tackle stubborn hard water stains on glass shower doors using this exact same kind of simple, affordable approach. Thank you so much for watching all the way through. Take care of yourself, and I will see you in the very next video.